Hello everyone, this is my monthly update on my body recomposition. So I'm happy to report that I have lost close to 11 pounds this month, which seems actually a little bit alarming because I really wasn't trying to lose that much. I was trying for a steady pace of about 5 to 6 pounds. Thing is, I really think I did burn 5 to 6 pounds of fat, and I really think the last 4 or 5, maybe even 6 pounds there was water weight. I'm a little confused that I lost that much weight, but my diet has been pretty steadily under 2,400 calories. In fact, if you wanted to look at a typical day of my diet, starts almost the same breakfast every day. That egg omelet has a slice of cheese on it. I have yogurt with some whey protein about halfway through the morning. Then maybe some fish with kind of sauce that I make for the potatoes that I use an air fryer for all of that. So you could probably add about 30 to 50 calories at the end for that 0 calorie stick, non-spray stuff that we all know isn't really 0 calorie. But I don't use very much of it to begin with, so I don't track it. So yeah, and then halfway through, after a couple hours after lunch, I'll have some coffee with some whey protein in it, some crackers and cheese. Maybe that day I had a banana and an apple, so I had a nice big snack, and that was essentially my pre-workout. I ate that about an hour before I went to the gym. Then I had a nice big old dinner, a bunch of rice. I was still kind of hungry after that, so I had one serving. I measured out an ounce of tortilla chips, which is one serving, and that still left me plenty of room in my macros to have a Klondike bar at the end of the night. Even with that ice cream and even with all that sugar from the fruit, I'm only at 71 grams, which is high. You want to keep it under 69 grams, but that's not bad. It's still within like a tolerable range. So I feel pretty good about the diet that I've created. All the others are that's a low carb diet. And that's a high protein, low carb diet. That's what I'm aiming for. That fat content's not bad at all. So I feel pretty good about the diet, and I think that's part of why I've been pretty effective at losing weight this month and throughout the year, quite honestly. The next thing is my workout. Now, that's been a little bit different. The results there have been kind of mixed. I've been plagued by some injuries the past couple months. Not so much injuries, but lots of soreness. I've got some tendonitis in my right arm, and that's been forcing me to adjust my workouts. So I've been concentrating a lot more on legs and abs, which I've been neglecting, for far too long. I think that might also be part of why I had such a big weight loss this month, because I was targeting new areas of my body and thus forcing my body to work and reconstruct and do overtime work. That's basically why you're losing weight when you work out versus cardio. Cardio is great, absolutely. But muscle building is great too, because what happens is the act of building the muscle makes your body still have to continue working. You're still burning and using resources after the exercise. Whereas that, from what I understand, with cardio, that generally stops happening once the exercise is done. So I think that's part of why I've lost a little bit more weight this month. I've just been targeting more areas of the body, and my body's been having to work more on things it hadn't been working on before. But yeah, I have had some injuries. I think that's basically because I'm 48, and that's going to happen. The tendonitis is what I'm dealing with right now. I had some problems with my back, but I realized that was a problem with form. Particularly, I was doing toe touches wrong, of all things. And I had a little problem with, I think it was osteochondritis, with like a sternum, where it felt like a little bit of a ping, and I was like, oh, maybe that could be a problem, and I just took it easy. And now I'm back to doing sort of chest exercises. I have to work. I'm keeping it light because of the tendonitis, and I generally feel pretty good. I would love to be able to press 315 one day. I think I'm at like 250 right now, but I'm happy with that. So I'm not feeling a great need to move forward on the strength game. The last thing would be my mental health, which is really the whole reason I started this. And I guess that last statement really says it all. I'm pretty content. There's been a lot of stress this past month. The past month and a half has been really stressful for a number of reasons. And financial stress is always, that's a stress I think everyone can relate to. And I definitely had a lot of that. It happened to be one of those months where I had to wait a little bit longer for my paycheck than I normally do. And I was in a little bit of a pinch because of some other issues, but I'm good now. I got my pay. got another paycheck coming up soon. I'm back on track, and that feels good. And that does a lot for your mental health. But even through that, though I had some times where things were rough, I didn't kirk out on anyone at any point. I didn't really lose my temper. And there were definitely some moments that might have triggered me in the past to do so. So overall, it's a really pretty good month. Feeling pretty good about things. I'll try to forgive myself if I backslide. But coming into October, it's been pretty productive. My goal was to be under 220 by my birthday, which is in a month. I'm under 220 right now. I'm 218. So I can kind of relax this month and really concentrate on maintaining / slowing down my caloric deficit. My plan here is to stay at around 2,400, but not be too hard on myself if I'm going up to 2,500 calories in a day. And when my birthday hits in a month, I'm whatever weight I'm at, I'm just going to try to maintain by keeping a 3,000 calorie diet. And I'll do that for a couple months before I go back into caloric deficit. At no time am I really going to change what I'm eating. I'm just going to change the amount that I'm eating. And I think that's going to be critical for body recomposition. So there you go. That's my monthly report. It was a good one. I'll see you next month.